Hi, Chef Ryan Phillips here. Have you ever tried a raw pickled seafood? Not a ceviche, but a raw soy marinated shrimp. Sounds strange? Well, get ready for a uniquely Korean dish and one of my absolute favorites, Ganjang Saewu. I love September in Korea because it's Daeha season. That's our domestic shrimp here. You could use frozen though or fresh for this recipe, don't worry, but the size does matter. Take a look at these shrimp. You know, it's about the size of my palm, head on, tail on, shell on, everything full right there, perfect for our recipe today. All right, so let's prep our shrimp a little bit. Little kitchen scissors, and we can cut off the antennas, get those out of the way. And then you see where the hard part of the shell meets the flesh of the shrimp? Right behind the hard part, just make a small incision like that. What that's gonna do is just get that marinade to get in there faster so that these will be ready in 3 days for you. Now it is time to start our soy marinade. And there's a few ingredients we gotta get together for that. We're gonna start with this apple. Need half of this. All right, now we've gotta get a half an onion in there, 6 whole garlic cloves, and about 2 tablespoons of minced ginger. Now I wanna get a little spiciness into this. These are serranos, but any kind of green chili will work. Just cutting them in half long ways, and those go in. Next, we've got some Korean red chilies that are dried. And we're just gonna shake some of the seeds out of here. We don't want that extra bitterness from the seeds. And we can leave these just pretty much whole and drop them in. I've got 3 of them here. Palm sugar here, 2 tablespoons. Next, we've got 300 milliliters of soy sauce. And we're gonna go almost a liter of water, about 900 milliliters. All right, we've got one last ingredient. I hope you guys can find this. This here in Korea we call dashima, or it's dried kelp. And you need about this much, or if it was a whole piece, it might be 6 or 7 inches squared. And this is gonna add this lovely depth of kind of like a seafood broth without actually having fish in it. So we need all of this in there. And we wanna bring this up to a boil, and then we'll reduce it to a simmer for about 20 minutes. All right, we've gotta strain this out now. Be careful. Got all those lovely flavors now into our marinade. Obviously, we cannot pour this hot soy marinade over our shrimp. That would cook them, and we do not want to do that. To cool this down as quickly as possible, I've got a bowl of ice. Under this bowl, we got to make sure that this is nice and cool before we ever put it on the shrimp. We've got to get this marinade over the shrimp for day 1 here. All right, so we need to cover this, boom, and get it into the fridge for 24 hours, and we'll come back to it tomorrow. Let's pretend it's day 2. I made this yesterday, okay? And it is time to pasteurize our marinade and then put it back on our shrimp. So we've got to pour all of our marinade off of the shrimp into a pot to bring it up to a boil so we can pasteurize it. Get the lid on there, let it get up to a boil, and it's gonna be probably 2 or 3 minutes. Once you see it at a rolling boil, then we can turn it off and cool it back down. I know this may seem like a lot of work to do, but trust me, it's worth it. This is truly one of my favorite Korean recipes. Time to get our cooled down soy marinade back on the shrimp. This goes in the fridge for another 24 hours, and then we're finally ready. Day 3, I started this one 3 days ago for you guys. Let's get a few shrimp over here. You know I love a little spicy, so let's just get a few slices of green chili there. Voila, Ganjang Saewu. This is known as the rice thief in Korea because that marinade is just so good, you need a lot of rice to enjoy it. So, got some hot rice ready here. Okay. Take a little laver. You can get just a little bit of rice. Now, just like you'd peel any shrimp, head off, take the first few tails, and slides right off. There we go. That is the beautiful bite right there. I know it's a little extra work, but you're really gonna love this. Sweet, savory, interesting textures. But just oh so good.